This is the second video for class number 2 in Accounting 203. You should be in the ABI Inform database available through the Bradley Library System. What I'm going to start with is just demonstrating a couple of ways that searches work based on the keywords international accounting, and show what happens when different types of connectors are put in between those keywords. So to start with international accounting, I just type that in the text box, and for the moment I'll go with the default settings, which say search anywhere. When I click the search button, it returns a little bit over 359,000 records, so that's pretty big. So maybe we want to try something a little different. So I'm going to go back to where my search was done, and in between the words international and accounting, I'm going to put the word and. So let's see if that has any effect on the results. After typing that in, I hit the icon. Still comes back with 359,000 records. So what that's telling us is, as long as a item has the word international and the word accounting anywhere in it, it will come back as a record. Let's change the and to or and see what happens. Now we have 4.8 million records. So what this is telling us is that an item that is returned can have one or the other word, right, international or accounting, but it doesn't necessarily have to have both of those. So you're definitely going to get narrower results with and rather than with or. I'm going to put quotes around international accounting and run the query again. Notice here that the number returned drops quite a bit, a little bit over 25,000 based on the current records in the database. So what the quotes mean is that it's looking for the exact phrase international accounting, right? Or for whatever you put inside quotes, the database is going to look for that exact phrase. If you're not in advanced search, click on that item and get back to the advanced search page. And in my examples, I was entering everything in one text box. Notice that ABI Inform also gives us an option to use the connectors and separate rows, and it really doesn't matter which way you use it. Couldn't just be a matter of personal preference. Since I started that search in advanced search, notice we have an option to click modify search. It's over there on the right hand side of the screen, so I'm going to click on that. Takes me back to the advanced search box and lets me make some adjustments. Finally, on the right hand side, where the drop down box is currently labeled as anywhere, if you look inside of that, you will see that you have ways of narrowing the search. For example, I could pick just to look in the document title, or I could pick to just look in the publication title. There's options for authors and other ones there that are available. So I'm going to go back to anywhere, and I'm going to run the search one more time. And I'd like to point out below the $359,000 results, you have the option to sort. And so in this case, it's sorting by relevance, right? Which ones have the most close match to international accounting. But one thing you might want to do is sort by date. You know, maybe you're looking for recent items rather than older items. So I'll do the most recent first sort, and we can see that the publications are now in descending order by date. Here's something labeled 2016. It's probably forthcoming in a publication. We look below that. Here's a publication dated 2015, another publication dated 2015. If you scroll down a little bit on the right-hand side, you'll see what looks like a bar graph. Notice that you can also narrow results by moving the tabs underneath. So for example, if I wanted very recent information, I'm moving the little tab over, and it's giving me results in the last few years. And by moving the tab over again, I can again further narrow it to very recent results. And you know, kind of one thing that's something to pay attention to is the timing of results. Standards and other technical things related to accounting frequently change. So if you're referring to a older item, an older reference, be careful that it's not out of date. I've had situations in class where students quoted an auditing standard, except the standard they were quoting had been changed and superseded, and they didn't pay attention to the dates, and person had to do a lot of rewriting on a paper because of something that was out of date. So anyway, what I'd like you to try now is to look for a publication that has the exact phrase internal control in the title, and that it was published in a publication called Journal of Accountancy. Okay, so I'm going to go back to Modify Search, and I'm going to make some changes. I'm going to ask you to make some changes to Modify Search so that you can practice. We're looking for articles that have internal control in the title and were published in a journal called Journal of Accountancy. I'll ask you to pause the video. I'll let you try this, and then after you've tried it, come back to the video and I'll show you what I did for results. So, time for pause. Okay, to conduct my search, I'm in the advanced search box. I'm going to enter the phrase internal control, and since we're looking for that exact phrase, I'm going to put it in quotes, and we said the phrase internal control should be in the document title. And I'm looking for Journal of Accountancy, and that should be in the publication title. So I'll use those two. I'll hit search. And what we see is not quite what I expected, right? Because it's giving me something close. Journal of Accounting, Journal of Accounting. Maybe if I sort, it is sorted by most recent. Can you see what I did wrong? I intentionally put a mistake in there just to see if you'd catch it. Back to modify search. If I'm looking for Journal of Accountancy and I want those exact words, I better put Journal of Accountancy inside quotes, right? So now we'll run it again. And when you look at the results, they're all labeled as Journal of Accountancy. And in this case, since my previous sort was by date, you see them coming back sorted as most recent. So the last one in that journal, not very current, at least by title, 2010. If you wanted to broaden the search outside of the title and look anywhere, right, I can use the modify search option, run the search again, and I got a lot of hits now, 2000-061. So that's all for ABI Inform. I'll continue with the next video after this one.